Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to the Litecoin Leaders channel. I haven't been on here in a little while. I've been working with economic preppers so much. It gets a little difficult, and just managing all the two. But I'm here today, and what I learned recently, and this is part of the reason why I hadn't been doing as many videos lately, is that and I hate the term expert, but a lot of people consider me an expert in crypto. And in my world, that doesn't mean you know everything. Okay, first off, I don't even pretend to know everything. That's a mistake. But I know more than most. So I guess in those terms of a definition of an expert being knowing more than most, I guess I'm an expert. But part of the downside of being an expert is that sometimes people ask you the same question over and over again, or sometimes people ask it in a different way, or they don't understand the basics, and it's very hard to put out some videos that are up like advanced, staking and DeFi and certain altcoin projects and the details of those, versus just like the basics. What is blockchain? What is Bitcoin? All that other stuff. So what I'm going to do, and I don't know how many videos it's going to be. I have no idea. But I'm going to put out a series of videos, and I'm going to put it on a playlist, and I'll make it on YouTube and just have it out here. Just like economic preppers will probably put it on their site too. We'll see about that. But let's first make the videos. But this is where I need your help. I need to know, what are your basic questions? I mean, the very, very basic stuff. And if you're an advanced person, what I want you to think about is like explaining Bitcoin or explaining cryptocurrency or blockchain to someone brand new. What are their questions? What do they stumble upon? What are those going to be? So leave that in comments below. I'll read every one. Join my Telegram too. Follow the leader. The link is in the description. Join us there. Let's have a little conversation about it, and I will try and make the videos and try to we'll have a dialogue probably about like what let's boil down to your question. But I'm going to jump right into the very first one, and this is one of the things, like I use a lot of analogies because I find that people, it's easier if they can relate to something. So the first question I'm going to answer is, what is money and why do we need it? Okay, so let's start there. Okay, first one, because Bitcoin, everybody associates Bitcoin as the new currency, new money. Do we need this system? Is it valid? But let's just start the foundation of money. Okay. What is the purpose of money? Money has three purposes. One is a store of value. That is, and I'll get through all three. So let's just list them out. Store of value, a means of account or a record of account, and a means of exchange. So let's give an example. Let's say I take on a job. Okay, I'm looking for a job, and I find a job that's going to pay me $30 an hour. Okay, $25 an hour to make the math easy. Okay, $25 an hour. So now we established like the guy hires me for $25 an hour. So now we know the accounting. Like it'll be every hour that I work, I will get $25. Now there'll probably be an account. You can pay me in cash. They'll pay me into account, whatever. But we know what I'm exchanging my labor for, what I'm getting. Now that's the record of account. Okay, so now at the end of the week, I'm working for him. I tell him, here's my time card. I did 40 hours. You owe me $1,000. Okay, 40 times 25. Now he gives me, let's just say he gives me $1,000 cash. So now we have a record. We know what the value is. Now I can choose with $1,000 cash. I can go and open up an account in a bank and store my value. I exchanged my labor for the currency, for money, what most people consider money. We'll get into the deeper definitions of money at another time. But I can take that $1,000 to a bank, open up an account, and I literally have a store of account. I have a store of value, a means of account. I have an account that says I have $1,000 with this bank. I've exchanged my value, my labor, to get money for it. And now, because I have that $1,000, or I can have it in cash, I can have it in the account. Now I have means for exchange. So the money is supposed to represent a store of value, a means of exchange, and a method of account. Now there's another factor, which is that true money does not lose value over time. And that is where like the inflation is theft, taxation is inflation, all these other sayings that come out, because as anyone has seen the dollar chart since 1913, you can see that we're down to like virtual pennies, like pretty much like 2 to 3 cents of the original dollar back in 1913. The purchasing power has dropped by 95 to 98%. So that means that if you were given $1 back in 1913, you could buy roughly 50 times more stuff versus that same dollar today. So, for example, let's go with gasoline. I don't know what the price of gasoline was back then. I wish I did, but let's just say I know that. Let's go like a nickel arcade or a nickel movie. You could go to the movies for a nickel. You can't go to the movie. It's like $5 now. So there's like minimum $5, and that's on a Tuesday bargain rate matinee kind of deal. But you can get into a movie theater for about $5 if you play it right. Same thing for the nickel thing. So for the nickel matinee. So there's your factor of 100. All right, I said 50 earlier, but now it's like 100. So you're going to have different mechanisms and metrics out there, but that is the difference between money and currency. So money like they both store value, they both are means of exchange, and they're also a method of account. But true money holds its buying power over time, and that's why gold and silver are often used as an example, because a man's suit, all the way back to the Middle Ages in a suit of armor, was 1 gold piece, 1 ounce of gold. So a good tailored suit now, high end, well, maybe not even high end, but a good quality suit, about 1,800 to 2,000, which is an ounce of gold. So there's different ways to measure this, and that's been true over time. But you can go back and see, like, what was the price of an ounce of gold historically versus what could it buy back then versus what could it buy now, and they kind of line up. So all that put together ties into why do we need a different money system? What we live in now, and most of the Western world lives in now, is a financial system. It's not an economy, and there's a difference between those two things. The economy, you have natural price discovery, you have people that are exchanging goods, services for money and labor and other things, and things just balance out. Things like there becomes a natural equilibrium, almost a Nash equilibrium, but let's not go into game theory. Let's keep it simple. In an economy, you can have price discovery. If you don't know how much something is worth and you put it on the market for, say, $10 and everybody buys it the next day, you probably priced it too low. So now you got to raise the price for the next time. And then if no one's buying it, maybe the price is too high. So now you got to balance it out. So now you have price discovery. The problem with the financial system that we have today is that we don't have a controlled supply. We have one orchestrator of the system, which is the government, and also the Federal Reserve. So I guess you kind of have two in the United States. But the central banks, they control how much money gets printed, which devalues all the existing currency. And they play games with the system. They manipulate interest rates. They control who can borrow and the lending. So it's not an economy. It's a financial system. So I just wanted to start there with the basics. The first video I just explained currency versus money versus the purpose of money. And the next video, I think we're going to talk about blockchain versus Bitcoin. So hopefully you got something out of this. I am looking forward to doing this series. Hopefully you don't mind my drive along videos, because it's a lot more efficient for me just to talk to myself and to talk to you guys while I'm driving. And as long as the microphone holds out, I can pretty much keep doing this. And it seems to be a little hot. I'll try and figure that out for the next one. But I will try and talk a little bit lower so I don't get that, that it's too high. But in any event, that's the first video. Please leave a comment down below. Do you like this idea of the series? Do you have questions? Do you have things I want to cover? Please leave a comment down below as to what questions I should answer. And then I'll just keep driving and making videos. And maybe I'll do some in my studio too. But thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.